Game one of our Friday night double right here on Fox League. Let's do it again. Off the boot of Adam Dewey. And Manly with some veterans up in the front row tonight. And it's Lodge. Modest tackle busting stats over his last 5 games. Just 6. Manly spread. Hopewadi to Kohler. One of the fastest in the comp. On to Garrick. Goes down a tightrope down the left touchline. Mason came in. Last it is for Manly. Slow play the ball. Tavanga and Cherry Evans. The kick. The Rangers good. And then they make an absolute dog's breakfast of it. Waddell, did he get interference? Is he claiming it? For the moment, it's a try. Eddie Russell, that's not the first referee. There was contact last night as well. Moses Leota wasn't there in the Panthers-Canterbury game. That was quite a heavy fall for referee Sutton here. Here he comes, DCE to Ben Trebojevic. Tried to go outside in. 4 tackles up for Manly. Simpkin, Cherry Evans. Bullymore comes back in. Tom's getting a cold out on the right centre. He's watching on with binoculars. Now Cherry Evans to Brooks. He puts them down. And Tom offloads to Saab. Finally, Tom gets a touch. And it's a golden one for the first try in the final minute of the opening half.
Well, it's taken him 39 minutes. And Jason Saab is a player that struck in this first half for his team.
Here he goes, Reuben Garrick. Manly for a 6-0 lead. The kick is holding. The kick is holding. And Manly come up with 2 good plays on halftime. The try.
Talk about Manly. They scored that try in the 39th minute through Jason Saab. Shifted the ball to the right-hand side. A little bit more pressure on Daly Cherry Evans to be the general here. Engage the line, disjoint the Tigers' defence, create for others.
Simply another run. It seems like he's got a message at half-time. Try and lead this pack. Simpkin, left side, Hopewadi. Ben Trebojevic threatened a few times in the first half, close to the line. Carries a long way back in field there. A try in the last minute of the first half. They're trying to score inside 3 in the second. Cherry Evans to Brooks. A step. Great tackle, Mason. Cut him in half there. Now from Waddell to Cherry Evans. Brings Bullymore back on the inside on play 5. Does it set up something on the last? It's Jake Trebojevic. There for Tomu, who came around to the left side. And Garrick goes over in the corner. Tom in almost a 5/8 roll there. Manly have their second try. And they add to the Tigers' woes here.
Well, the Tigers gave away the penalty, which allowed Manly to have the first attack instead of this second half. Tom Trebojevic flips from the right-hand side to the left. I think that's what the Tigers halves, in particular Api Coruscant, need to do in this second half. Early kicks, just try and get the field position battle, because they don't have the yardage or the long kicking game to start dominating Manly here. Daly Cherry Evans will do that. It's a big job here for Api Coruscant and Fainu for kicking.
Simpkin got a good bump in there on Coruscant. That was almost a 20-metre run for Jake Simpkin. Cherry Evans, little show to Simply. Back in with Corey Waddell. Now Simpkin. Jake Trebojevic, the setup is good again. Out the back, brilliant from Hopewadi. Great from Kohler. Garrick with the ball. Now Manly wanted to come right. Hopewadi's been left behind. He copped a hit. Brooks will run it on the last. Manly still a big chance. Better than a big chance. They're over again. Tolu Kohler this time. They score in the 40th minute. They score 3 minutes into the second half. Now 7 minutes in, they have their third try.
Great play down the left-hand side involving Luke Brooks and the captain.
Something has to be better than their attack in the first half. Dooley offloading there to Toa.
Andrew, I'm not sure in terms of whether it's going to score points, because the halves are passing, they're not connected or being effective. I think it's got to be Api Coruscant from around the ruck. He needs to come up with something here.
Well, here he is, Api. Certainly can put on a try assist a little closer to the line. Latu Fainu and Mason. And they got ahead of the ball there. Safe half was up in the defensive line. No hole there for Heath Mason, Coruscant and Fainu. Another run at the line for May. Not the offloads that he would hope for tonight. He's had only one Terrell May. Could have been a set restart there. They've said milking. So Tigers with Coruscant. Dewey in a playmaking roll and safer. Well, Dewey lobbed up in the middle of the field and threw a peach of a pass, and the Tigers have their first try.
This is great work from the Tigers and Adam Dewey. They surprised me, and they've surprised Tom Trbojevic. Dewey at first receiver. Watch Tom Trbojevic have eyes for sometimes it's said play on and the opposition knocks it on, but if you play at the arms, sometimes they say you won't square at marker.
You could mount a really good case for the Tigers there. Anyway, they have some defending to do. Manly 25 away from the line. Simpkin to Brooks. Through without the ball was Brown. They've done enough to lead by 12. Tavanga is with it. Cherry Evans, the Tigers' defence. Well, maybe I Googled that. They've gone back into hibernation because there was no movement. There was no connection in defence there. Manly have strolled through like they're going down the Corso on a Friday night for a drink.
Yeah, that's better from Daly Cherry Evans. He hasn't been engaging the line a lot tonight. But watch Samuela Fainu just get caught up on the lead runner here of Takiaho, and that forces Cherry.
Garrick for his third success of the night, and his first kick not on the sideline. And he duly salutes. It's breathing space again for Manly. Could be his last minutes here. Latu Fainu on a run to halfway. Definitely more dangerous, but you're spot on, Cooper. When he hasn't had to think about it, suddenly he looks more threatening every time he touches the ball. Manly have it back. Well, help me out. An uncontested bomb at 22-4 down. I need your expertise now, Cooper. Like, seriously? Manly back with the ball. They're up to halfway. Needless to say, Benji's got a lot of work to do with his Tigers side. The confidence tonight is taking a battering. It is Takiaho for the Sea Eagles. I think the crowd deserve another try, be it Tigers or Manly, just to finish off with a little bit of polish here. Cherry Evans, here's the polish, out of the fingertips of Saab. Flick pass, back to Tom Trbojevic, looking to keep it alive. Caught by Lalali'i. 20 away from the Tigers line. 2 tackles left, Hopewadi. Cherry Evans, dug it inside to Bullymore. Flick there to Tom. Tom stands in front of the defence. Nothing doing there. Last play, Manly. Cherry Evans, another kick over the top. Ben is there! Ben Trbojevic, one of the local heroes has scored. Manly turn it into a 20-plus point win. Go dramatic, shift the playmakers around, because if De Silva leaves the club and Coruscant's not there, then they're going to come up with a dummy half as well. We're off to Newcastle next, Knights and Raiders. It will be good. Let's hope the Knights bring their form back from Perth. Canberra, well, there's no question, they've been in form all season, since Vegas.
This is a good win for Manly, 28-4. They haven't been convincing. They should have scored more points in that first half, but it's hard to see where Manly are at, because off the bye, 2 losses to the Knights and the Titans before that. Unconvincing win here tonight against the Tigers. They get the 2 points, but still a lot of work to do for Manly.
28 points to 4. And they've given up with a short kick-off as well. They go long. And a run for Jazz Tavanga. Nathan Brown style. He skittled Samuela Fainu there. Didn't get the hit, and then the ball comes loose. 28-4 with 4 minutes to go. Shame you missed the whippy, Cooper. You're looking a bit down. Come on.
Well, he tried here, Jazz Tavanga.
He did.
He was off the back fence to give it everything he had. To the Tigers' credit, they didn't hold back either.
Yeah, he's had 5 Tigers go at him there. And of course, the challenge went far earlier, so nothing Jazz can do about that. Tigers, you live for these scrums. 15 out centre field. And from the scrum, it's all up to Adam Dewey. Well, like he's dead set. They may as well give him the 7 for next week at the end of this game. Let him take it home and wash it.
Not quick.
He'll be wearing it next week. Adam Dewey. Penalty against Manly. Tigers in pursuit of a second try for the night. Manua there. Seabold would love Manly to repel the Tigers again here. Dewey flat. Samuela Fainu. Still short of the line. Talon De Silva had a crack in the first half. He'll have a crack now and score. So Talon De Silva gets a 4-pointer for the Tigers. A few weeks ago there, Lockie Galvin played his last game for the club and almost scored a bomb try. And now Talon De Silva scores for the Tigers. Will it be his last game?
And he made an error a couple of minutes earlier where he got out and tried to slow play. This time there was no hesitation in Talon De Silva. Shaped as if he was going to go right, and they just ducked down.
And Dewey with a kick. So the Tigers into double figures. Matty Russell at 28-10.
And it's going to get a little bit complicated to explain.
And Raiders. Brooks just hammers it almost onto the hill with that kick. And I think the Tigers will be happy to say, well, that will do us for the night as well. Manly back in the winner's circle. That brings great relief.